Hi, welcome back to the AMACS virtual classroom. In today's session, we're looking at session planning and actually developing and documenting your individual sessions. Now, for anything like me, you've been instructing for a while, and a lot of your sessions, perhaps you wing. You have a basic idea of what it is you're going to cover, and you're probably quite competent at getting in there and running the session. But also, if you're anything like me, you realise that doesn't always work. And you get sometimes where you're there, okay, what are we going to move on to next? So your session planning, and especially if we're linking the session planning to a program, so such as a 6-week self-defense program that you have written or prepared, then your individual sessions do need session plans. And certainly if you're working to a syllabus, which most of us in traditional martial arts will be doing, if you've got a series of session plans that you've been able to develop over time, then essentially you should almost have sessions for each of your belt or grade levels, or a group of session plans around specific topics. And these session plans are going to give you a variety of warm-up activities, warm-up drills, to specific skill drills, to breaking techniques down, outlining every resource that you'll need for the particular activity, for the topic, so that essentially if you're not there, if another instructor needs to step in and run the class for you, or even just assist you, you've got a documented plan that they can actually go through and look at and completely understand what it is they need to do, what resources they'll have to be able to do it, and what the objectives of that lesson are. So the types of things we need to be putting in our session plan is obviously we want some timing. So if I'm running a 1-hour class, then I know that the first 5 minutes is the introduction, getting people established. If it's a formal traditional martial arts style, then you might have your bowing in, maybe running through some stances, that sort of stuff. So that could be anywhere between a 2 to 3 to 10 minute type sort of exercise at the start of the class. You're then going to move into your actual drills and activities. So hopefully you've got some sort of warm-up type activities. You want to get the joints moving, the body's moving, that sort of stuff. So you're going to list down your specific warm-up activities that you're going to use and what resources do you need to do them. So I do traditional Japanese jiu-jitsu, so we will generally start with a basic warm-up and move into some break falls. So obviously I'm going to need some mats, especially with my junior classes, or any class. I'm not going to make them do a series of break falls on the hard floor. They're going to do that on a matted area, because obviously we want them to be safe. So we're going to run through and do those activities before I move into my specific techniques and drills and things like that. So I'll have a focus for the class. As I said, if we link it back to our 6-week self-defense program, then perhaps my first topic is we've introduced, and then we're going to talk about self-defense and the law. So I might actually have some flip charts that I've put up on the wall, and we're going to go and sort of capture what people already understand about their rights and legal responsibilities, what they can and can't do. And then we can go through and discuss that and actually come up with what the legislation actually says compared to what they know. So we're going to do some knowledge-based stuff. So I've got to have that listed on my session plan, as well as how long am I spending on that activity. So if I've started at 6 p.m, I've got a 5-minute intro, and then 10 minutes on this. Well, if I get to 6:30 and I realize that we're still talking about self-defense and the law, I'm really running behind. I'm running over on a topic, so I need to adjust accordingly. So a session plan can help you in that sense as well. So I'll then list my other activities and techniques. I might break them down to specifically what we're going to do. So I might have the topic, the activity we're going to do, with a few little dot points or sort of teaching cues to help refresh myself. Or I said, if I'm using an assistant, I might be really familiar with the drill, but they might not be as familiar. So a few little dot points that can help them. Oh, yep, cool. That's that one, and they'll know what to do. They know that, right, I need 3 kick shields. They're going to be there because the session plan has said that's what we need. Followed with what's important at the base. You'll see there's a review section, evaluation. So what's important is to actually reflect on these sessions once you've delivered them. And we'll go into this topic in more detail, but you do want to sort of capture, right, how did it go, and what are some areas for potential improvement. That's pretty much it for a session plan. Essentially, what you want your document to do is that if I was to come and pick it up after you had developed it, I could come in and essentially run your class. So it needs to be clear. It needs to outline exactly what's happening and give us some timings to do that as well. Don't forget to include drink breaks if you're having that. And then, as I said, the rest is up to you.